In this video, we're going to start solving trig equations. So using SOHCAHTOA, so I'm going to write down our acronym here to remember sine, cosine, and tangent. So we need to figure out, okay, we're given this angle, and we want to find, in this case, we want to find like the height of this tree. So that would be directly the opposite side. So I'm going to write opposite. And the hypotenuse is over here, because that's across from the 90-degree angle. So that leaves this one to be the adjacent side. So we're looking for the opposite, and we know the adjacent. So that would be tangent. Sine and cosine both need the hypotenuse, and we don't know that in this case, and we don't want that. So I'm going to write, that means we take tangent and put the angle inside, and that's going to equal the ratio of the opposite over the adjacent. So that's the equation we're going to set up. Now, just to solve this, all we have to do is multiply both sides by 36. That's going to cancel out this 36. And now this is what we type into our calculator. 36 times tangent of 31 degrees. And that's going to equal the height of that tree. So now I'm going to get my calculator, make sure I'm in degree mode, and I am. So now I just say 36 tan 31, close the parentheses, and now round wherever we're instructed to round. So in this case, I'll do 1 decimal place, so 21.6. So about 21.6 meters. Okay, so the next one, so I've got SOHCAHTOA again there. We're going to just do the same thing. This time we're given this angle, and the side we want is directly opposite from it. So this is opposite again, but this time we know the hypotenuse because it's across from the 90. So now opposite hypotenuse would be sine. So we take sine of 65 and set that equal to opposite over hypotenuse. And now whenever we get an equation like this, it's really similar to the last one. We just multiply both sides by the denominator and type this into our calculator. 17 times sine of 65 and hit enter. 15.27, so I'm going to say 15.3. Okay. All right, this one, we're given the opposite side again. So that's either going to be sine or tangent, but now we want the adjacent because the hypotenuse is here. So we can't use sine. So actually, in this case, we want tangent. So tangent of 30 degrees equals opposite over adjacent. Now, in this case, when the variable's on the bottom, if we multiply both sides by the bottom again, that's going to cancel this out, but now there's one extra step, and that means that we have to divide. Tan 30 is just a number, it's some decimal, but I'm going to divide by it before I figure out what that decimal is. So then I get A equals 20 over tan 30. So 20 divided by tan 30, and I get about 34.6. Okay. Notice if you go back to the original equation, there is a shortcut. We have tan 30 equals 20 over A. Notice the final calculation, they just switched places. This and this just switch. And that's because essentially we're just cross multiplying. Okay, next one. We are trying to figure out what this angle is now. Okay, and to find missing angles, we use sine, cosine, tangent, inverse. So with the -1 on the top. So again, we're given the opposite, and we're also given the hypotenuse. So opposite hypotenuse would be sine. So we do sine of angle F equals opposite over hypotenuse. And now to cancel out this sine, I need to do sine inverse of both sides. So now I just go to my calculator. Sine inverse, I have to hit the second button first. And now I just type in the ratio. And we get 33.05. I'm just going to say about 33 degrees. Okay. Another one where we're finding a missing angle. Again, we're given the opposite. This is the hypotenuse. So that means this is the adjacent. This is the opposite. So which one is opposite over adjacent? That would be this one. So we haven't used cosine so far in any of these examples. And that's okay. So we have tangent of angle D equals opposite over adjacent. And now I do tan inverse of this ratio, and that's going to give me angle D. So tan inverse, second tan, 107 divided by 128. And we get 39.89. If I round that to 39.9, if I did one decimal place, and then obviously it's about 40 if I said nearest whole number. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.